Hello there! Today we are going to be checking out the Crystal Caves and enjoying our last day in Bermuda. So, let's go! So to visit the Crystal Caves, we decided to just do it on our own. Norwegian did offer an excursion where you could go see the caves, but it was coupled with some other things, and a lot of it was like spending time at the beach, which we're not big beach people, and also just because it's April, it's a little cold, so we didn't think we'd want to do that. So we're going to be grabbing a taxi to make our 10:20 reservation. You can call 2 weeks in advance to reserve a time slot, and then you pay when you get there. So yeah, we're going to be taking a taxi over, and then we're probably going to take the ferry back, but we'll see how it goes.
Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Just grabbing a quick breakfast at the buffet before we get on our way. Alright, we made it to the Crystal Caves. We just checked in. The way their reservations work is you just kind of call ahead to reserve your spot, and as long as you're here at least 10 minutes before your tour time, then you're good to go. You pay when you get here. Here are the prices. So yeah, now we're just gonna wait till it's our turn. Since we're a little bit early, I think I might grab a coffee over here at Cafe Olay. So right across from us is the ticket window. That's where we checked in. They gave us these wristbands. We're doing the Fantasy Cave first, and then they gave us these other little tickets that are for the Crystal Caves. So when we finish our Fantasy Cave tour, we go back to the ticket desk and trade in our tickets for a Crystal Caves wristband, and then they'll tell us what time our Crystal Caves tour will be. The gift shop's over there. You can check that out later. And we're supposed to meet down below at the pink tent for our Fantasy Cave tour. I assume the green is for Crystal Caves. And there's like, oh. Warmer in here than I expected. He described this as kind of like popcorn kernel style. And then as we get down, it opens up to more like chandelier. Yeah. In the making. Very cool. Surprisingly warm down here. But yeah, he said the humidity is one of the reasons you get the unique popcorning and chandelier formations here. So. Love it. Oh, 88, there's a lot going on. Okay, on to the next. There's the banyan tree. Little walking path they have here from the Fantasy Caves back to the ticket office. Hello, chickens. Alright, so now we're gonna go back up to the ticket office and exchange our tickets for our Crystal Caves Crystal Caves wristband. Ready to go to the Crystal Cave?
This ocean water is entering the cave through underwater passageways, like underwater tunnels that now stretch over 3/4 of a mile to our east to the wide open Atlantic Ocean. This pontoon bridge floats on the surface of the ocean. It rises and falls with the tides. At high tide, under normal tidal conditions, this bridge would have our heads 3 feet or a meter nearer the ceiling at high tide than at low tide. It just so happens today you've chosen to tour the cave and it's mid-tide, which means the risk of hitting our heads on one of these hard, oftentimes sharp stalactites has been somewhat reduced, but not totally eliminated. Not for everyone. I believe they knew who I'm referring to. And we're not allowed to touch the formations with our hands. Doing that hurts them. Hit them with your head, guaranteed to hurt you. So let's make every effort to have a pain-free tour for everything and everyone.
Ducking involved if you are over 6 feet. Alright, that was awesome. The Crystal Caves, they have more of a tour, more information, I feel like. But you do get to kind of like explore on your own a little bit more in the fantasy cave. So both are great though. Highly recommend both. Very cool to see. Now we're gonna head to the gift shop. Alright. Fit sticks. Alright, let's see what we got. All kinds of good stuff. Look at the little chicks. Oh, so cute. Oh my goodness. The little cuties. Alright, well the shop had a lot of great stuff. They had some like Bermudian cedar items, sea glass, different gemstones, shirts, and then just more like generic, you know, Bermuda stuff as well. So yeah, a lot of good stuff in there. Now we're gonna head over to the Swizzle Inn, home of the original Rum Swizzle, or at least that's the claim. And you can actually walk right down the path that we walked to the fantasy caves to get there. So that's what we're doing. That's where we went to get into the fantasy caves. And then this should lead us to the area where you'll find Bailey's ice cream and Swizzle Inn. All right, yeah, and right across the way there is the Swizzle Inn. Definitely gonna try a Rum Swizzle, of course. Adam just noticed that the menu of the Swizzle Inn claims that this is Bermuda's oldest pub. And yesterday when we were at the White Horse, they claimed that was the oldest pub. So, I don't know, they're gonna have to duke it out. Alright, my Rum Swizzle just arrived, so let's give it a try. Alright, here we go. Yeah, it's good. Definitely has the rum. And like, I feel like the overwhelming other flavor is orange juice, although I think it said it was, yeah, it's orange, pineapple, and lemon juices. But yeah, pretty good. Alright, so Adam got the Wahoo burger with seasoned fries. I got the Garden Patch salad with the Wahoo nuggets. Wahoo's a common fish here in Bermuda, but not at home, so I'm excited to give it a try. Here we go. Yeah, juicy, white fish. Like more dense than haddock. Yeah, really good. I like it a lot. It's a better look at the Wahoo. Eating it a bit more, it kind of reminds me of swordfish. So, really good. The salad's actually really good too. It has like a really good tasty vinaigrette on it. So, very nice. I'm gonna check out the Swagger Out gift shop. Really good. Alright, now we're gonna try Bailey's ice cream for dessert. I've heard good things about this place, so hopefully it's pretty good. I got Bermuda banana. Very banana-y, very good. You can see like little pieces of banana in it. Awesome. Now, once again, we have a little bit of a point of contention because the other day when we were at the Bermuda Triangle shop, it said that was the northernmost point of the Bermuda Triangle. But here at Point Pleasant in Hamilton, we just took the taxi down to get the ferry, save a little money. Instead of taking a full taxi ride back, we had just missed the bus. Anyway, we came to Point Pleasant Park in Hamilton, and they claim this is officially the northernmost point of the Bermuda Triangle. And they do have a pretty cool marker to prove it, so I don't know. But there it is. There is the marker for the northernmost point of the Bermuda Triangle. And it's Bermuda, Puerto Rico, and Miami that make up the triangle. And they actually have the triangle kind of extending off both sides there. So it's pretty cool. It's right over here by the ferry terminal, which is right back there. All right, we got our ferry tokens and just getting ready to board. All right, well, we were able to come back to the room and relax for a little bit, but now we're getting ready for our last Norwegian shore excursion of the trip, which is our evening cruise into the Bermuda Triangle.
The year you guys became a country was the year the British got just a little bit nervous. We knew we stood to lose a lot of land, but much more significantly, we stood to lose quite a few very important naval bases. So we came out here to Bermuda, and we built the largest naval base outside the UK at the time. Now, does anyone know who the first person was to denote strange occurrences in the triangle? How about if I give you a year? 1492? there we go, Christopher Columbus. Now, a lot of you guys know Christopher Columbus as a dude who got famous for discovering things people already knew about. So in his journeys through what would become known as the Bermuda Triangle, Columbus noted down a lot of strange things, like tides and currents that didn't follow a pattern, and weather situations he couldn't make sense of. Strange lakes and visions on the horizon that would disappear upon approach. Follow him. That was the last confirmed sighting of the vessel. But for years after that, experienced seamen would swear on their lives that they had seen the Marie Celeste out sailing the North Atlantic, looking for all the world like a regular vessel, doing her thing. But they knew in their hearts that there was nobody on board.
So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what you can see underneath the glass. Now, what we're over right now is a natural coral reef system, so you can see a lot of hills, rocks, valleys, crevices, all that stuff that, you know, makes it a natural coral reef, right? Now, after we're done looking at all of this stuff, you guys are going to be able to see the shipwreck when we go into that, but it's going to have a bit of a different landscape than what you see down here. I'll explain that when we get there. Now, because it's nighttime, you guys are actually going to be able to have the chance to see some night creatures, you know, some nocturnals that like to only come out at nighttime. Now, the ones that you may see, well, remember it's nature, they may not come out and say hi, are some lobsters, octopus, and also an eel. Now, if you see any of those things, scream. I want to see it too, alright? Now, first though, we're definitely going to see a bunch of corals. Now, they're actually categorized into two different types, okay? So you're going to see some hard corals, which are colorful rocks, and you're going to see some soft corals, which are the ones that are flowing in the current closer to the glass. Now they're all super easy to identify, right? I'll tell you what, some cucumbers in a bit. Now they're all super easy to identify, especially those hard corals. Now those hard corals, I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with ring coral, right? It's probably the most known one. Now it's yellow, it's round in shape, but it's got grooves on it all over, just like a brain, right? So, brain pattern, brain coral. Now the other one that you might see down there is a brighter yellow color, right? Now if you swam up really close to it, you'd actually see that it has a star pattern all over the face of it. You guys will see it starting to swim your way too on the left-hand side of the boat. Now that big fish, you're actually going to see quite a few of them tonight. That's the gray snapper. Now the gray snapper, you might find they have black lines running through their eyes, right? And if you see those black lines running through their eyes, it means that they're agitated and they're looking for something to eat. Now they're nocturnal feeders, so more often than not, you're going to see them trying to catch some food. And especially when we go into that shipwreck, you might get a little bit more action over there. So that U-like shape is the stern of the ship, right? Now this is the HMS Vixen. You're going to notice that it has more man-made shapes, but still a natural look. Now the reason it looks so natural is it's been down here for about 127 years and counting, right? So it's going to look a little natural, right? That's a big snapper. You guys are going to see this really big snapper up underneath the side right there. They looked around at the time, they saw that enemy vessels were doing around 10 to 12 knots, right? Now, to put that into perspective, we did just around 10 knots coming out here at our fastest, alright? It's not all that fast, but it's pretty quick back in 1896. Sorry, 1864. What her entire hull was made out of. Now, the entirety of her hull was made out of cast iron. And you guys know what happens when you put cast iron in salt water, right? It rusts. Now the Royal Navy got to figure this out pretty quickly because their boat started to rust. And this is when they learned that rust existed. So they had to fix it. Now obviously the speed was an issue, but the rust was a bit more pressing because the boat started to deteriorate. So they lifted it off the water and they strapped the entirety of the outside of the boat with a thick layer of teak wood. The idea being that the teak wood would kind of slow down and stop that rusting problem because that salt water would be able to make contact with the iron, essentially, right? That was the thought process. Now they threw it back in the water and it kind of worked. It slowed down the rusting problem enough to make it manageable, but it definitely didn't stop it. And they had to clock her at a new top speed with all that extra weight, which was just around 4.5 knots. So to put that into perspective again for you guys, if you remember the speed we just left the dock at, that was around 5 knots, a little bit faster than the top speed at this point. So they moved around the coastline very well. So instead, we just decided to strap her up against the side of the dockyard, a lot like where you guys' cruise ship is right now. And we housed a bunch of Irish convicts on her that we built a dockyard at the time. So she had purpose, and we were super happy. She turned into a boy's boat tour, that's something. Now However, the people that weren't so happy were the Irish convicts on board. They didn't get their Friday Guinness, so they lit a match and they put it on top of the Vixen. She settled like second to the bottom of the ocean, right outside of dockyard, where the cruise ship is right now. And obviously, it's a dock, not a very good place for a boat to go down. If other boats tried to dock up against that dock, they would shipwreck on top of the Vixen and no longer be afloat. You see how long? How do you see all of these docks? You are solid. Yeah, for sure. Honestly, I've never seen so many of them. You guys on this side, you seen any lobsters? Oh, you guys, active on this side. Now, oh, okay. You guys are tied down. Now, when she's saying outside the dockyard, like I said, not a very good place for her, so they had to get her on the way. They refloated the Vixen, and they decided that at this point, she had nothing better to do above water, right? Now, the Royal Navy at the time, super paranoid people. They thought that people were going to attack Bermuda and take it up with the colonies all the time. And here they set up a lot of forts around the island, but on this western end of the island right here specifically, there are no forts, right? So the thought was at the time that enemies would come. What are you doing this? You guys are going to see a lobster on this side now. Look at that. Wow. He decided he was going to do a pretty good job, or at least he thought. He jumped inside the hull, dropped a bunch of pieces of dynamite in various different places, and when they lit the fuse, it blew up and split the Vixen into two pieces. So instead of her just sinking straight flush down where they had her propped up before, it actually blew up and shot the front of it, separating it from the back of the boat, landing 30 feet forward on top of the naturally occurring coral reef system. She found out that rust is a catalyst in coral reef growth, meaning it accelerates the growing process of the coral by about 2, 3, sometimes even 4 times the natural speed that coral can grow at. Now, if you don't know what speed they grow at, it is very, very slow. For example, a grain coral to grow to the size of a soccer ball or a football, that takes 150 to 200 years naturally. So, you guys can head back on upstairs. What we'll do is a few laps around the boat on either side where you guys can see the bow of the Vixen sticking out the water. Then after that, we'll take a nice cruise back on into dockyard. The bar will be open and we can have some fun, alright? Thank you guys so much for listening. If you have I did it again. If you have any other questions, feel free to come up to me and ask me. I don't bite, I promise, alright? Thank you guys so much.
So that yellow rod sticking out marks where the bow of the ship is sticking out of the water. We're back on top now. Pretty cool. Well, we made it back to the room. That was a really great tour. It was only an hour and a half long, but you know, they packed a lot in, a lot of information. The tour guides were really funny and knowledgeable, and you know, we got to see a lot of coral, a lot of fish, a lot of lobsters, and the shipwreck of the Vixen. So that was really cool. We booked it through the Norwegian Cruise Line excursions, but they were saying you can just book it on your own. The company's called Captain Kirk's Coral Adventures, I believe. So yeah. So we are now actually back home from our cruise. We did have one more day at sea, but I spent a lot of the time in the thermal suite, so I didn't really feel comfortable filming in there, but I will talk about that. So we did not buy the 7-day pass for the thermal suite. I was hoping that they would do day passes. They kind of only do that when not a lot of people have bought the thermal suite weekly pass, but you can, if you don't want the whole week, you can go and see if they're willing to give you a prorated rate on the weekly pass later in the cruise, and that's what we did. So we ended up getting it basically 2 days before the end of the cruise. And I think, oh gosh, what was it? It was $109 total instead of $199 for the whole week. So that was a prorated rate. We got to use it for 2 days, which I've heard that day passes can be about $50 a day. So as far as I'm concerned, it was basically like getting 2-day passes. But if anybody has gotten the day pass before, I haven't. I've just heard that. So let me know in the comments. But yeah, the thermal suite was great. We really enjoyed it. It was a little crowded on the last day, which I guess makes sense. Everybody was trying to like use it one last time. That's why we kind of spent a lot of time there. But yeah, like the big pool in the middle with all the different like water pressure spouts and things is really great. Those chairs, those heated chairs, are really, really great. You just kind of like melt into them. So that's really nice. That's in the kind of like the section where everybody can go. And then in the respective women's saunas and men's saunas, there are separate steam rooms and saunas, and there's like an individual hot tub that you can use, like a 1-person hot tub. If it's open, you can hop in there. And then there's also some just like chairs looking out in those locker rooms as well. So, you know, if you don't want to consort with everybody, you can kind of hang in the locker room area. If you're more open to just like being with whoever, then you can be in that central area. So yeah, we really enjoyed it. I think if we had had more at Sea Days, we would have definitely thought about getting that week-long pass, but because we had 3 days in Bermuda, we really wanted to see Bermuda, so we knew we weren't really going to use it that whole time. So I was pretty happy with that prorated rate. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, so we saw the other show, which you were also not allowed to film. And that was I forget exactly what it was called. It was like basically the 70s themed show. I really did enjoy that one. But it was the same style as the Blazing Boots show, which I don't really care for that style, where it's just like dance performances, you know, sing, dance, clap, sing, dance, clap. But I do want to say, and I didn't say this regrettably before, but like the performers were great. So my not liking the show has nothing to do with them. The singing, the dancing, like they were great. I just don't like that format where it's like sing, dance, clap, and it's like basically a dance recital. I just don't like that kind of show. A lot of other cruise lines will do like, you know, full Broadway shows, or if they are going to do just singing and dancing, it's a little more interactive. So I just don't like that kind of show, but yeah, the performers were great. So if that is your kind of thing, then you might love the shows. Let's see what else. Oh, we went to the Brazilian steakhouse, Moderna Churrascaria. That was really good. We used to have a Brazilian steakhouse near us, so and it closed down, so I was excited to try that out. All of the food there was really great. Still basically all you can eat, because they kind of like bring the different meats around for you to choose from, and there's like a salad bar at the beginning that you can get stuff from. And yeah, the quality of the food was really, really good. So that was nice for sure. Yeah, so I definitely recommend Moderna Churrascaria if you give that a shot. And yeah, we didn't get to try any of the other specialty dining restaurants, but I will say I felt like that quality of food was quite good. And I mean, overall, like the buffet quality and the other complimentary dining rooms quality was good. It wasn't bad by any means. It was definitely good food. But this felt like maybe it was a touch above, which makes sense, because if you know you would be paying extra for it normally. We just had the free at sea promotion for the specialty dining, and we only used it that one time. So yeah, overall, we had a really great time on the cruise. It may not have all the same kinds of crazy exciting activities that some other cruises have, you know. I know Royal Caribbean's got like a, you know, skydiving thing, and you're not gonna see any of those crazy like water slides and everything. But that's a different kind of cruise. Like this one, if you just want to like come and relax and chill out, this is a very, you know, chill cruise. And I think that's, you know, there's definitely something to be said for that. We really enjoyed being able to relax on the cruise. We enjoyed all the live music. So yeah, it was really great. Now, if you got a bunch of kids and, you know, just sitting around listening to live music isn't going to cut it for them, they did have the kids clubs. I can't speak to that. We didn't have a child with us. So, you know, they definitely do have that, but maybe you want to look at a cruise that has like more different activities, more exciting activities. But we really did enjoy the cruise. I will say there were some kids on the cruise, not a ton, which makes sense. More of a chill vibe on this cruise. So,
Yeah, if you have any questions, I can try to answer those in the comments. And of course, if you ever want to book a cruise, you want to get some more of my tips and tricks for just general travel and cruising, definitely reach out to me, Tracy Sylvia with Key to the World Travel. All of my planning and booking services are no additional cost to you. So yeah, we'll see you real soon. Bye.